or double down?
And I'll double down on my claim that you planned it with Arthur and Ben.
So double down.
You know, there's this phrase that pops up all the time. One that basically screams, there's no turning back. And that phrase is, double down.
I mean, you hear it from CEOs, from politicians, you see it in headlines. It just sounds intense, right? Like this huge sign of absolute conviction. But what does it actually mean when someone says that? And where in the world did a phrase that sounds so high stakes even come from?
Well, to really get it, we've got to go back to the beginning. And it's probably not where you'd expect. We're not heading to a boardroom, we're going to a card table.
All right, section 1, a gambler's bet. Believe it or not, the whole story of doubling down starts with a game, blackjack.
So in its original literal sense, doubling down is a very specific and very high-stakes move you can make in blackjack. The idea is you feel so good about the first 2 cards you're dealt that you decide to double your bet. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. You only get 1 more card. That's it. It is this moment of pure no-going-back commitment.
Yeah, it's a really simple sequence, but man, it can be brutal. You get your hand, you see your chance, you throw down double the money, and then you get that one single final card that decides everything. It's the definition of high risk, high reward.
Okay, section 2, leaving the card table. So how did this specific gambler's bet make the jump into becoming this huge metaphor that we all use every day?
Because you see, the real Daniel, well, it wasn't what was happening on the felt. The real gamble was when this phrase broke out of the casino and started showing up in our everyday conversations, dragging all of that weight, all that risk and commitment right along with it.
Which brings us to section 3, the modern meaning. Because today, when we talk about doubling down, it's really about this potent mix of risk, commitment, and maybe a little bit of defiance. So what does it look like when we take that gambler's logic and apply it to, real life? It's a pretty amazing transformation when you think about it. It started as a totally literal bet. I'll give you more money if you give me 1 more card. But now it's this powerful metaphor for upping the ante on a course of action, for escalating your commitment, especially when the pressure is already on.
And you see this playing out absolutely everywhere, right? A company might double down on a project that's clearly struggling, throwing more money at it. A politician will double down on a super controversial policy, even with all the backlash. And hey, even in our own lives, we've probably all been there, stubbornly doubling down on a decision that deep down we might know is a little bit questionable. All right, section 4 is about seeing this as a bold strategy. High risk, high reward. Because at the end of the day, doubling down is a choice. It's that critical moment where you could cut your losses, walk away, but instead you decide, nope, I'm pushing all my chips in.
I mean, you can almost hear the defiance in a statement like that, can't you? It's more than just an update, it's a declaration. It says, we're not just sticking with our plan, we're pushing forward with even more force, with more conviction. It is a total power move. And that really brings us to the core question, the real tension behind this whole phrase. When someone doubles down, is it a sign of incredible, bold confidence? Or is it just a stubborn refusal to admit defeat? The crazy thing is, just like that final card in blackjack, the answer usually depends entirely on how it all turns out.
看新闻学单词，在 App Store 搜索 Newsy World English 下载体验。